What's up, YouTube? This is Jacob from International Precision Engineering, and I brought you back to the Sonoran Desert. Alright, while we're overlooking this valley here with a couple rock peats on your left, we got some saguaro cacti over here, and on the right there really isn't the same landscape, and it just shows that on one side of the valley it could be one way and on the other it could be completely different. You know, it could be many different reasons. The wind predominantly blows in this direction or that one, or the sun hits this face or that face more. It's just a really delicate landscape and changes very slowly. And you know, as you can see, this is kind of why. But I wanted to take a minute to just talk about what's going on. So we're here obviously in the desert, and I officially have a gag order on telling you why I'm here. But I think if you can look back and through our project history and scour our website, you can probably assume why. But it is official, and for the last 5 years of work has gotten sealed and buried somewhere. And it's kind of tragic from an open source community perspective, but sometimes the piggy bank needs to grow a little bit. You know, it's tough when you're doing your own thing. I mean, things that you don't think of, like health insurance and stuff like that. I mean, it's nice to be in a big company where all of that sort of exists, but when you're out doing your own thing, you're really on your own, and society has a way of ostracizing you. But you know, sometimes when you get to come and do this on what's today, Wednesday, you know, or if you're not feeling like you don't want to come in and punch the clock, you know, you don't. But so that also means sometimes you work Saturdays, Sundays. You might work for 20 days in a row for 12 hours a day, or 16-hour days for a week. It's trade-off, pros and cons. I'm not sure I would recommend this track for anybody else. It's a lot of work, but I love it. It's what I love to do. I love the opportunities it brings, and I hope that I can share the experience with you, and you know, maybe inspire somebody, or you know, just that sort of thing. So I hope you guys are enjoying the videos, and I'm hoping to do a lot more. You know, time's a factor. Like always, if you could buy more time, wouldn't that be great? But also, there was a couple projects that I had filmed and done some things, but you know, it's really tragic that things that should be really easy just aren't. So I'll tell you a little bit of background here. There's a video that I'll post, and it's not finished because I started recording it on a screen capture program that I got, you know, on the internet, and you search the forums which one doesn't have malware or whatever in it. Well, even with doing that, got one of them, started doing the video, and it worked fine, it worked great. But every day that the program was installed at like midnight, it would download a whole suite of bullshit and just stupid stuff that I don't even know why they would, you know, like ruin somebody's opportunity for that. And it's ads like garbage, just complete garbage that I can't even believe anybody would buy it. But I guess it's advertising revenue, and who knows. But what ended up happening is, like I said, every day these download. So in trying to find that initial program that downloads that sort of stuff, I deleted some Windows critical file or something like that. But what ended up happening was the Windows OS loop, the actual GUI interface, stopped working. So luckily I had removed all the files off that computer, but, or I should say most, but there was a lot of videos and there was a lot of images and things that I really wanted to save, and in order to do that, I had to use the command prompt and move them one at a time, and I mean, it was just a giant pain in the ass. And you know, I mean, it takes a lot of effort to do these videos, and I really commend everybody that's doing so much better than I am. And I'm just trying to give back with where I can. But it just really breaks my heart that everybody doesn't share that mentality of making the world a better place, and you come across these programs and it just really just makes it in the moment feel like it's not worth it. But if you're enjoying these, let me know, comment, subscribe, give me some feedback on what else you'd like to see. But like I said, this is what I enjoy. I like building things, I like traveling around, like seeing different parts of the world, and I'll share as much of that as possible. So thanks for watching. I wanted to take some time to show you a couple things. One, this tree here for Arizona is huge. I don't even know what kind it is. Maybe I'll look it up and put it in the description. But in the middle of the desert, this is very rare. And as you can see by the backdrop, I know it's hard to see because of the dynamic range, but it's a real tree. It's not a bush. It's an actual tree. And what is right behind the tree, the reason that this is here is because we're in a big canyon, what's referred to as a wash, where when it rains, this thing floods into a torrent. But because we're so far deep into this one, I mean, we're a couple hundred feet down into the valley here, but there's actually running water, and it's very, very quiet here because there's not another person for probably 20 miles all around. So of course, no cell phone reception. You're kind of out here on your own. But they say that when you know where to look, there is definitely life in the middle of the desert. And I just want to show you that there's running water in the middle of the winter, or in the middle of the summer. It's like 95 regularly, usually, as a high, and it's kind of getting cool at night now. It's about September, but I'll show you that there's running water, and all around the water there's all signs of life, all kinds of stuff, bugs, tadpoles, you name it, it's there. And if you really wanted to see some big wildlife, this is the type of place that you would look. So let me show you that. Well, I hope you can see that you would never think that this is the desert, but it is. And what I'll do is I'm going to flip the camera the other way, and what I'm looking at are saguaro cacti and a big lifeless face of rock. But just wanted to show you this. I thought it was pretty cool. So let me flip this camera around so you can see what I'm seeing. Alright, here's a pretty cool vantage point. This is an overlook. It's a pretty famous spot for locals to come and have a campfire and come and just hang out, or if you're a kid, drink your whole case of beer and throw the cans off the cliff there. But what you're looking at here, if you can see it, is the trail that we drove in on. It cuts kind of diagonally up that rock face, and you probably can't see me, but you can probably, hopefully, the sun is shading the trail just enough that the camera can get kind of this opening of the cave here and some of that rock face with the trail. But I thought this was pretty cool, and I would definitely like to come back here and spend a couple days because this place is awesome for sure.